In this video, we're going to focus on another important feature in Spectrum Protect Plus, and that is the capability to offload data from Spectrum Protect Plus to a Spectrum Protect implementation for long-term retention and archiving of your VM images. While currently Spectrum Protect Plus only supports the offloading of VMware VMs, the ability to offload Hyper-V VMs is on our short-term roadmap. Please stay tuned for more information, including availability dates. At a high level, Spectrum Protect Plus triggers the offload operation, uses data movers from Spectrum Protect for virtual environments to move the data to Spectrum Protect, and records the offloaded backup metadata in the Spectrum Protect Plus catalog. All of the offload and recovery operations for offloaded data are performed using the Spectrum Protect Plus interface. Offloading data requires three things: a pre-existing implementation of Spectrum Protect version 8.1 or higher, pre-existing Spectrum Protect for VE data movers version 8.1 or higher, as well as at least one registered VMware vCenter server in Spectrum Protect Plus. Once those prerequisites have been met, configuring the offload to occur from Spectrum Protect Plus to Spectrum Protect is a multi-step process. Step 1 is to go to the navigation menu and select Hypervisor VMware Backup. From the backup screen, click on the Manage vCenter button in the upper left-hand corner and click on the Edit icon to bring up the properties of the vCenter. Scroll down past the vCenter Properties section and expand the IBM Spectrum Protect vStorage Backup Server Settings section. Check the Link to IBM Spectrum Protect checkbox and populate the fields in the vStorage Backup Server section, including the IP address or hostname of the server where the IBM Spectrum Protect for Virtual Environments Client UI and VM CLI are installed. Select the OS type of the VE server, either Windows or Linux, and the username and password credentials of the appropriate account on the VE server. This is the account that will be used to register the IBM Spectrum Protect for Virtual Environments server in Protect Plus, and must have logon as a service rights as well as local admin permissions enabled in order for Spectrum Protect Plus to run the necessary remote commands. When finished, click Save to confirm the network connection and register the Spectrum Protect environment. You can move on to Step 2 of the offload configuration. This involves defining which SLAs will be eligible to offload data to the Spectrum Protect environment you just registered. To do so, from the navigation menu, select SLA Policy. You can either edit an existing policy or create a new one from which data will be offloaded. Assuming you are editing an existing policy, click on the Edit icon next to the policy from which you want to offload. Scroll down and expand the IBM Spectrum Protect Offload section and check the Offload to IBM Spectrum Protect checkbox to enable the offloading. Next, define the offload frequency, the time for the offload to occur, and whether or not to leverage the most recent backup for the offload. We will discuss the Leverage the Most Recent Backup checkbox shortly. Now that both offload configuration steps are complete, any VMs associated with this SLA policy will have a copy of their data offloaded to the registered Spectrum Protect server's storage or container pool based on the frequency and method specified. Retention and destination storage settings of the VMs offloaded to Spectrum Protect are defined through the standard Spectrum Protect policy sets using the Spectrum Protect UI. Keep in mind that Spectrum Protect Plus supports two methods of performing the offload. Using the default method, the offload leverages the VE data movers to execute a backup of the VM from the hypervisor directly and write the image to Spectrum Protect. This method supports the incremental forever backup model. The alternate method would be to have Spectrum Protect Plus mount a full copy of the VM from its vSnap repository to the hypervisor and leverage the VE data movers to execute the backup of that mounted copy to Spectrum Protect. If Leverage the Most Recent checkbox is not selected, the offload leverages the VE data movers to execute the backup of the VMs from the hypervisor directly. If it is selected, the VE data movers execute a full backup of a vSnap to hypervisor mounted copy of the VM to Spectrum Protect. Click Save to save the configuration. As I mentioned earlier, all of the recovery operations for offloaded data are performed using the Spectrum Protect Plus interface. To recover offloaded data, simply go to Hypervisor VMware Restore. Select the vCenter from which the VM whose backup has been offloaded was protected, or use the Search For box to find the VM that you want. Once found, click the greater than symbol under Restore Points to review the available recovery points. A type of IBM Spectrum Protect Offload indicates a backup image that has been offloaded and resides within Spectrum Protect. Select the appropriate recovery point and click the Add to Restore List icon. You'll notice that the point-in-time image has now been added to the Restore list. Click the Options button to choose the destination for the restore of the offloaded image, as well as the type of restore and other options. You'll notice that you can only perform a production or clone restore for offloaded data. Once you have selected all the options you want, click on the Save button in the lower left-hand corner, and then the Restore button in the upper right-hand corner to begin the restore job.